Assalamualaikum, students and friends. In this episode, we again tackle simple harmonic motion, specifically computing the velocity and acceleration of an oscillating body using the energy method. So join me till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The question is, a glider attached to a horizontal spring oscillates on a horizontal air track. The total mechanical energy of the oscillation is 4.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. The amplitude of the oscillation is 0.0300 meter, and the maximum speed of the glider is 0.125 meters per second. Question letter A. What are the mass of the glider and the force constant of the spring? Question letter B. What is the maximum acceleration of the glider? And question letter C. What is the magnitude of the glider's acceleration when the potential energy equals 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules? It's illustrated in the figure. The glider, which is attached to one end of the spring is fixed on a wall and vibrates horizontally on an air track with negligible friction. The position x equals 0 is, of course, what we call the equilibrium position. X equals positive A is the maximum positive displacement, and x equals negative A is the maximum negative displacement. The glider is in a simple harmonic motion. And as you may know, in simple harmonic motion, we say that the acceleration of the oscillating body is not constant because the restoring force of the spring is not constant, right? So, in this problem, we cannot use or apply the equations in kinematics, right? For the very reason that we are talking about a body that is or has an acceleration that is not constant. But we can say that the acceleration is always opposite, opposite in direction to the displacement, right? So, as suggested in the question, we are going to use the energy method, all right, in quantifying or computing the velocity and the acceleration of the glider. All right, so we are given the total mechanical energy of the glider equal to 4.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. Likewise, the amplitude denoted by capital A is given equal to 0.0300 meters. And we're also given the maximum speed or the magnitude of the velocity of the glider, okay, denoted as V max, equal to 0.125 meters per second. And our target variables are in part A, the mass of the glider denoted by small letter m, and the force constant of the spring denoted by small letter k. In part B, our target variable is the maximum acceleration of the glider. All right? We denote that as a sub max. And in part C, our target variable is the acceleration of the glider if the potential energy it possesses, denoted by capital U, is equal to 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. Notice that the usual quantities associated to simple harmonic motion, such as frequency f and the period of oscillation, capital T, are not provided in the question. Instead, you are given the horizontal displacement x and the amplitude, capital A, of the oscillation. The maximum velocity of the glider, okay, is also given. Now, the total mechanical energy, right, denoted by capital E, which according to the question is equal to the maximum kinetic energy. Kinetic energy here is denoted by capital K, or that is 1/2 the mass of the glider times the square of its maximum speed, right? And when we say uh, maximum speed, right, that is when the glider or the body oscillating is exactly at x equals 0 or exactly at the equilibrium position, right? So no mention whatsoever about the time or the instant, right? When the glider acquires such maximum speed. But we know, all right, based on the concept of simple harmonic motion, that when the body is at the equilibrium position or x equals 0, okay, the uh, the body or the oscillating body acquires its maximum speed or velocity, right? And at that equilibrium position, right, based on Newton's law of equilibrium, we say that the net force acting on the body is also equal to 0, right? So, since the total mechanical energy, okay, is equal to 4.00 raised to the negative 3 power joules, we equate that to 1/2 m, all right, times the square of the maximum speed. In other words, our goal here is to determine the mass, small letter m, right, the mass of the glider. So this is our working equation. All we need to do is isolate small letter m and come up with its working formula. That is, the mass of the glider, small letter m, is just equal to 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. This is the result of multiplying 4.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules by 2. So we get 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. And then divide it by the square of the maximum speed, which is 1.56 times 10 to the negative 2 meters squared per second squared. So when you simplify, we get the value of the mass of the glider equal to 0.513 kilogram in 3 significant figures. Part of the question in letter A is for us to compute the force constant K of the spring. So we use this important equation. All right. The total mechanical energy, or E subtotal, can also be equated, all right, to the maximum elastic potential energy of the spring, which is 1/2 times K times the square of the displacement or maximum displacement X, right? So we isolate the unknown force constant K, right? Which means that to determine this force constant K, we just multiply the total mechanical energy, 4.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules by 2, right? And then divide it by the square of uh, the displacement that is given, all right? And that happens to be the maximum or the value of X, all right? Corresponding to the maximum positive displacement, which is in the question, it is given as equal to 0.0300 meters. So we still get the square of that. So when you do our math, all right, we come up with this result. 2 times 4.00 raised to the negative 3 joules, of course, is 8.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. And then divide it by the square of the maximum displacement, 0.0300 meter, which is 9.00 raised to the negative 4 meters squared. And simplifying further, of course, we get the value of the force constant K equal to 8.89 Newton per meter in 3 significant figures as well. In finding the maximum acceleration of the glider, we must realize that maximum acceleration of a body in simple harmonic motion occurs at the most negative value of x, or displacement. All right, that is x equals negative a, right, or the negative of the amplitude. So to compute the maximum acceleration being asked in the question that is in part B, right, we use the formula. Okay, A max equals negative K over M, right? And that will be multiplied by the value negative capital A, right? So when we substitute, we get A max equals negative quantity 8.89 Newton per meter, that's the value of K, then divided by the computed mass, the glider, 0.513 kilogram. So after dividing these two values, we multiply it by negative 0.0300 meter. This is the negative or maximum negative displacement that also has the same value as the amplitude of the oscillation, right? So again, when we do our math, we arrive at the value of the maximum acceleration of the glider, or Amax, equals 0.520 meters per second squared, all right? Also in three significant figures. In part C, we are asked to compute the acceleration of the glider at an instant when the potential energy or elastic potential energy, capital U, equals 3.00 raised to the negative 3 joules. We do not know at what instant, right? This is, okay. Neither do we know at what position X the glider has such a potential energy. But we can actually use the equation capital U equals 1 half kx squared to find the exact position X, where this potential energy is equal to 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. Right? So, the given amount of potential energy, 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules, is just equated, all right, to the formula for elastic potential energy, or 1 half k x squared. So here, our goal is to determine this value of x, okay, the value of x, or the position of the glider when it acquires an elastic potential energy exactly equal to 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules, right? So when we isolate x, we come up with this working formula, right? So the value of x is simply equal to the square root of 2 times 3.00 raised to the negative 3 joules, which gives us 6.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules, and then divide it by the computed force constant K, 8.89 Newton per meter, right? So when we do our math, okay, the square root of these quantities inside the radical sign will actually give us two answers, or two roots, positive 0.0260 meter or negative 0.0260 meter, which means that there are two positions, right? There are two positions at which the glider would have an elastic potential energy equal to 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules, all right? This is at x equals 0.0260 meters, which is to the right of the equilibrium position, and of course, negative at negative 0.0260 meters, which is to the left of the equilibrium position. So, using this equation for computing for the acceleration A, right, equals negative k over n multiplied by negative x, right? We choose the negative value of x, all right, in this uh, equation so that we will come up with a positive value for our acceleration, right? But whether you use the negative x value or the positive x value, you still get the same answer, right? So I just prefer to use the negative x value so that eventually we will be getting the value of A to represent the required magnitude of the acceleration, right? So when we substitute the given quantities into this equation, of course, we have negative quantity 8.89 Newton per meter. That's the computed value of K, and then divide it by the given or the computed mass of the glider, 0.513 kilogram. After which, we multiply the whole thing by negative 0.0260 meter. That's the value of our negative x. So we will get the acceleration of the glider, all right, when it acquires the given elastic potential energy of 3.00 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. So A equals 0.451 meter per second squared, also in three significant figures. All right? All right. Supposing you use the positive value for x, okay, you will still get the same magnitude for the acceleration, right? But, of course, you will get a negative sign for the acceleration, all right? Because when you use a positive value for x, all right, that agrees with our concept that if x or the displacement x is positive, then the resulting acceleration will be negative, all right? And what we did here, we used the negative value for the displacement x. So, as a result, the corresponding acceleration is positive. But at any rate, since the question is only requiring us to find the magnitude of the acceleration, we consider this as our final answer to question letter C. And that concludes our tutorial. Till the next episode, mabuhay. Mashallah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.